So good morning, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Kimberly Kennison. I'm the Executive Financial Officer at the Office of Policy and Management. And today, we are very excited. The Finance Division will be providing an overview of our new Fiscal Health Monitoring System. It's also known as FHMS. It can be tongue-tied. I'm proud to introduce some of the members of this Fiscal Health Monitoring team. To begin, Bill Plummer, he's our project manager, as well as Michael Reese and Morgan Rice. They are project team leads for this project. Some of you may not know that this particular project was built in-house by the Office of Finance team, and we're very excited to be able to move forward with a new annual reporting system. I want to give a large thanks to our IT technical STARS team, as this project would not be possible without them. Dinesh Gupta, he is the IT project manager who is on the line with us today should we experience any kind of technical difficulties. And our system developer, Narendra Benzwada, is the developer who helped us build this system. Also, I want to give a special thanks to the Municipal Finance Advisory Commission, as they provided us input during the development stages of this new fiscal health monitoring system. And during this presentation today, we will have a Q&A that is available in Teams. So if you use the chat, you can ask questions during the presentation, and Morgan Rice will be coordinating that. If you have any other additional questions or any kind of trouble, after the presentation, we're going to ask towns to please stay on the line, and we will have a workshop that will handle one-on-one questions for those towns that need additional assistance. Our goal is to make sure that this is streamlined for everybody. Next slide. Michael is helping with the coordination of the slides today. So the new Fiscal Health Monitoring System, what is it? Well, it's a dedicated electronic platform for reporting, and municipalities will complete administrative forms electronically, which should allow for more timely requests and quick turnarounds for responses from OPM. Moving towards an integrated one-stop annual reporting. And as far as UCOA is concerned, you'll all be happy to hear that we have a simplified approach for UCOA, and no longer have to map your chart of accounts and be able to report your functional expenses. I want to stress that our potential is to have time savings as well as shorter turnaround times to be allowed during this electronic process. OPM will be conducting selective quality desk reviews to ensure that the information submitted is accurate. And later, the STARS analytic reporting system it's under development at this time, and so you'll have access to that in the future, which will include financial trends as well as access to historical data that we have been capturing for municipalities. Next slide, please. So this slide provides you with a quick overview and an example of how the data flow through the system, and the information will be entered by municipalities and auditors and OPM into the Fiscal Health Monitoring System. And you can see that some of the data sets that will be entered through that. Once that information is entered, it will pass through this quality review, and it will be available in the STARS data warehouse for all of you. And this information in the STARS data warehouse can be exported into Excel or a PDF format, and you will be able to report out on that. So if we look at the previous systems versus the current processes, we're very excited to be moving from this manual paper-based process that used to take us 10 to 12 months to manually capture the data for municipalities from their audited financial statements to be able to produce the municipal fiscal indicators report one time a year. And it would only come out one time of year because we were only able to capture that information once. So now we don't have to wait for that. Administrative portion of the OPM annual reporting process will now move to this electronic system. And so in the past, your auditor appointment, your extensions, and your exemptions were all handled on paper. So OPM will we used to collect the financial data for 169 municipalities, and those data elements were included pension, OPEB, and data sets from your audited financials. The quality review was handled in-house by OPM for accuracy as we collected it. And we would have constant monitoring and tracking was required when those submissions came through. So currently with the electronic submission of information, and you'll see that it's a tile format for FHMS, and it will be self-reported, self-monitoring, as well as municipalities and OPM it'll be more efficient process to enhance the quality control and that tracking. Next slide. So now we're going to provide a demo when we're going to move away from the PowerPoint presentation, and Michael's going to provide you with a high-level overview of our exciting new system.
Great. Thank you, Kim. So some of you have already had a chance to log into the system, so you may already be aware of our home page, but this is, if you have not already logged in, what our home page looks like. As you can see, it's got a pretty modern look. It's pretty simplistic and easy to navigate. Currently, there are 6 tiles that are available to town users, as you can see in the middle of the page, and they're also accessible here on the left side of the pane. So what I'll do in this demonstration is I'm going to go through each of the tiles and just show you some of the functionality of them. And we'll start here at the entity tile. And this tile, what it does is it provides general information for your municipality, as well as the contacts at your municipality. It also has the defined roles for each user. In this case, we have what we call a dummy town, town of OPM, and currently we have 2 users. We have Kim, who is the primary user, and we have Bill, who is a secondary user. Now, OPM is the only entity who can actually change the primary user. So if a primary user needs to be changed, OPM needs to be notified in order for that to happen. But if a primary user would like to change the access rights of a secondary user, they can do so. Currently, it's set where both users have access to read and write within the system. But if, say, Kim, who I'm currently logged in as, would like to change Bill's login access, it's as simple as going in, changing his access to read and write to being no. So now he essentially would have no access to the system. So I'll go back to the home page. And this next tile, the My Activity tile, you can consider it a hub for all the tasks that are to be performed in the system. We're going to go back to it just so that we can more effectively show the functionality of it after we have the ability to perform a couple of tasks. So I'm going to skip over for now, and I'll go over to the personal information tile. And this is very basic. This is where you can actually edit your personal information. So once you get into the system, I would heavily encourage everybody to look in this tile to make sure that your information is accurate. And everything here can be changed other than the email, which is a unique identifier for each account. But everything else here can be changed for your specific person. Go back to the home screen. The next tile is the help/support tile, and it's this is a key tile as well for any issues you may encounter. So if you're having issues submitting an audit appointment, budget, or performing any task within the system, this is really a great resource to use. It has job aids, demonstration videos, as well as our contact info should you have a very unique situation which you would like to reach out to us on. So the last 2 tiles that we have here, these are the 2 tasks that we've given to towns to do for the current moment. And there's been a great turnout so far for the auditor appointment. I think we have about a third of all municipalities that have already done it within the system, which is great. And again, it's very user intuitive. Once you select your town, and you'll see there's nothing here because there's nothing that's actually been done. Going forward, this will be populated with prior year information, but since it's year one, don't be alarmed if you don't see anything there. So what I'm going to show you now is how to actually do an auditor appointment. So we'll hit create. And again, this is a very simple form. Just make sure that all the information is correct. And we're going to select an audit firm. Again, we're using an example firm, OPM. And you also should select your specific auditor that's assigned to your entity's audit. Let's select John Smith. Now, in most cases, we believe that an entity will find this very simple and just submit it as soon as doing this step. But if you're unsure and you would like to pre-fill it and return to it, you can. And it's easy as just hitting the save button, and role created means it's been saved. Go back to the home page, and you can come back in, and it'll say that's in progress. Go back to it, and once you have a chance to review and you're happy with the information, hit I certify. You press OK, and it's routed to OPM for approval. So you'll see that the status has been updated to say submitted. Now we're going to go to the next tile, which is the budget tile. Again, we have to select our town. No information here, but going forward, you'll see prior year info. Hit create. And I'm going to enter in some fictitious info just to have something in here, but this is going to come from your entity's adopted budget. So I'll go ahead and enter in some example information. Have a great tax collection rate, nice low mill rate. June 1st. One important thing to note, and some users may have already found this, is you cannot submit this form unless you actually attach in your adopted budget. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually upload a file so that I can show you what this looks like after submission. So we have our test budget file. Again, I'm just going to show you the functionality if we save it. Go back here, back to the budget, showing in progress, great. After I review all the information, I'm satisfied with it, I can hit I certify. And it's, again, being routed to OPM for approval. Now, another good feature for both the auditor appointment and the budget tile are when you save it, another user can go back in and finish it. So if there's a case where a secondary user would like to fill out a form, but the primary user really wants to be the one to finalize it, that can be done. As long as you hit save, the other user can go back in and just certify it. So now, as I mentioned before, we're going to go back to the My Activity tile. Just to show you the functionality here. Again, this is what you can consider a hub. So this will show you where your tasks are in terms of what step in the process. So for auditor appointment, I had submitted it, and OPM has already gone in and approved it. That step's done. The budget, submitted. It's with OPM right now. They're reviewing it. Once they review and approve it, this status will change. And this is going to show every single step that we end up, or every single process that we end up making available to town users. This is a great resource in case you have any questions on whether the forms have been submitted, approved. This is a great resource to use. And with that, I will kick it back to the presentation and for Bill Plummer.
Hi, Mike. So thanks. Great demonstration. So by now, as you see in the timeline, By now, the primary and secondary users designated by municipalities should have received an email from the FHMS providing them access to the system through creation of a personal password. If you haven't received this email, please check your inbox and spam, and please ensure that your municipality has actually completed and returned to OPM the authorized user contact information form that we sent out back in April. Again, the Mike just demonstrated the first two items that municipalities were asked to complete within the system, that being the appointment of auditor and the budget information for your adopted budget for the 21-22 period. And as Mike indicated, it's been great. We have more than a third of municipalities that have completed the appointment of auditor notifications. We have provided training materials and job aids demonstration videos to assist you with completing those items for the May-June time period. During July through September, the Municipal Finance Advisory Commission will serve as beta testers. Once testing has concluded, the annual financial data report will be rolled out in a similar format as it was today, with training, videos, things of that nature. So the AFDR, that's the annual financial data report. This has replaced the Uniform Chart of Accounts reporting that was previously required to be completed by municipalities. As you can see, there's 4 tiles there. 3 of those 4 parts, the indicators, pension, and OPEB, are derived directly from your municipality's audited financial statements. As mentioned earlier, the new UCOA reporting has been significantly simplified, and it's more intuitive. It's based on a high-level functional expense, and the data has been streamlined. So we only are looking to collect key data out of that UCOA report. So the next phase is the ultimate goal for the Fiscal Health Monitoring System is to create a one-stop location for each municipality to self-report its data and to provide additional tools to assist municipalities in monitoring their fiscal condition and trends. As indicated, the top item on there, the stars, analytical reporting benchmarking functions are currently under development, and that will be incorporated into FHMS via a new tile. Historical, financial, and demographic data will be available in stars for benchmarking and trending purposes, where you can go in and actually look at your historical data and compare various trends. Our electronic audit reporting system database that houses the audited financial statements for municipalities will be incorporated into FHMS via a new tile, which will be added to the home screen. So over the next several months, we will continue to provide you with updates on FHMS, and we will roll out additional tiles to assist you with your annual reporting. The primary method of training will consist of Microsoft Teams meetings, both formal trainings and workshops. Additional job aids are currently under development and will be made available. The help support tile, actually located in FHMS, will continue to be updated with additional training and support material. We want to thank you for attending this demonstration. We appreciate any feedback you may have on your experience using FHMS. This can be beneficial in future improvements to the system. If you have additional questions, we would like you to remain on the call and we can assist you individually. Thanks.